So, what made you leave Singapore and how did you end up in Sweden?
Back to life, I was working as a real estate agent, moved to Sweden just for a try. And after 1 week, I decided to stay.
Why did you decide to come in Danang?
I am a Singaporean living in Sweden for the past 27 years. Did you realize Vietnam is a copy of Singapore? Danang is very similar to Singapore.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Danang right now.
I think everybody should do that just once in a life. Just try for a few months, few weeks and see how it is. So
She gave me a lot of advice, so I'm really thankful for that.
this could be a good place.
You have convinced me. So in this video, I'm sitting down with Estee, an expat from Sweden who grew up in Singapore. We're talking about her unique journey, life as an expat, and the lessons she learned living between cultures. Whether you're curious about relocation, global living, or just love hearing personal stories, you'll enjoy this one. Let's jump in.
Hello.
Today, I'm so glad to meet Estee. I actually met her through online and I reached out to her because I thought she was cool. I wanted to do an interview with her and she's also going to interview me too, but I'm going to start first and ask her questions. The reason why I'm always open to and understanding other people, how they grow as a person, and I love learning from others. I would love you to introduce yourself, like who you are, where you're from, and why you started your YouTube. And that's why we connected, because we both have YouTube.
Hi, my name is I am a Singaporean living in Sweden for the past 27 years. I started YouTube because I want to leave a legacy for my daughter, starting it as a cooking channel from the beginning. But later I realized, hey, people are looking for information about Sweden. So that's how I get started with a little bit of travel and a little bit of food. So I didn't make a living from YouTube. I can't because I wasn't really that committed to my channel. So I only do it when I have time. Otherwise, I live on a business. I run a foraging guide business. So I guide people up in the Swedish mountain to take mushrooms and of course berries too.
That's so cool. Are you going to invite me one day?
Of course. I think maybe most time to come visit.
When I met Estee and she told me, and I love mushrooms, so I actually searched it up and I showed my husband. He's, oh, like, get a chicken.
Yeah, of course we should. Sweden is unlike, I don't know about Canada, but I think we have almost the same type of climate.
Yes. That's what I heard.
Yeah. So that's how I started my YouTube channel.
Awesome. Okay, I wrote a bunch of questions down, so be patient with you guys because I wanted to get all the information from her and so you guys can find out everything about her too. Okay, so what made you leave Singapore and how did you end up in Sweden?
Okay, a very simple question for a better life. I couldn't stand the stress. I was working as a real estate agent. It was really stressful. Money was good, but then I wasn't happy. So I got this opportunity because I was married to a Swedish and we moved to Sweden just for a try. And after 1 week, I decided to stay because I really like the climate and people. That's how I ended up in Sweden. Just trying out and see what it is like to live abroad. And I think everybody should do that just once in a life. You don't have to do that all your life, but just try for a few months or maybe a few weeks and see how it is.
Yeah, I feel like that's good too because people don't know how to get out of their box.
Yeah, and especially doing it when you are still young, because even though you have a family, a lot of people say that, oh, it's very difficult when you have family. But I feel like when you have a family, it's even better because your kids is going to benefit from this experience. And that's why I think I encourage her to do the same. So
she gave me a lot of advice, so I'm really thankful for that I met you, Estee.
right.
Okay, another question I want to ask you is why did you decide to come in Danang?
Oh, okay. I came here by actually do some research. I realized that Danang is very similar to Singapore. The way the city are built. In fact, I heard there were quite a lot of Singaporean investors who invested in Danang. Really? Yes. And I find that the climate here, other than the summer, I like the January till March. We came last 2 years ago during February and it was really nice, the weather. I love it. And I thought maybe try stay here for 3 months from January till March and see if I like it. If I like it, I'll probably come next year again.
Do you think you're going to?
Yes, I think I will.
I'll be here.
Also in that.
All right. What are the biggest differences between the life in Singapore, Sweden, and Vietnam?
What's the difference between the life between Singapore and Vietnam? Oh, I think it's very similar.
Oh.
Did you realize that actually Vietnam is a copy of Singapore?
I didn't know that.
I got one in there. If you look at the Merlion, the one that spot
Okay. I didn't hear you talk about. Yes.
yes, that one is actually a copy of our Singapore Merlion. And then there is this, if you go to the beach, they have this like a bouquet. That one a copy of Marina Bay Sand.
Okay.
And in fact, the culture is quite similar, but except that Vietnamese people, they talk quite loud.
Yes.
But I think it's how they sound.
You're saying I would be okay in Singapore if I wanted to go there.
It's too expensive. That is the most cheapest country in Southeast Asia. So if you want to live like in a place that are safe, not so stressful, and the tempo is like more common, places are a bit laid back.
Yeah.
And I think my only questions is that how children are going to grow up here and what kind of opportunities they're going to have.
Can you compare that to Da Nang and Sweden and compare?
Oh, okay. Sweden, of course, is much more expensive. I will give you an example. If you were to eat a bowl of pho
Yeah.
in Sweden, that is going to cost you at least 10 times. Oh, 100 more.
Wow.
In the Stockholm, in the capital of Sweden. But here it's so affordable. That is why we have keep coming back. Because we enjoy the affordability and also the food. You said that the food is not so good, right?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Da Nang right now. I did find 1 or 2 shops, but yeah, not a fan.
I tried that in Hanoi. It's a bit different for me because I'm from Sweden. I'm not Vietnamese. So for me, it's very difficult for me to judge whether this is a good or bad.
Do you like it here? Do you like it?
I liked it in. I like the flow here.
I want. There's some different. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know. I just know that I have a particular taste of pho because I grew up eating pho with a lot of the herbs and cinnamon and sour. And then I noticed that here they don't put it as much, but they do say they make pho differently. So
Okay.
because you don't eat pho growing up, people are like,
But otherwise, other than the food, I think the culture here is quite similar to Singapore. So for me, I find no reason why I should be paying like 5-10 times more when I visit Singapore when I could pay much lesser here. I mean, we have almost the same kind of settings. It's just that it's more warmer in the summer here.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. That you convinced me staying.
And here, I mean, in that is an international airport, so you could easily access. So for me, my stop here is just 3 months, and after this, I'm going back to Singapore for 5 days. Can only afford 5 days there because it's so expensive.
Yeah.
And then maybe we'll go from Singapore to Korea.
Okay, that's awesome. So if there's someone in Singapore considering moving to Da Nang or Sweden, what kind of advice would you give them?
And live here for not too long, just a few weeks to try it out. Because from Singapore to Da Nang is so cheap. The flight is like a few times a day. But I would advise that not to rent an apartment, but stay in a hotel first. Because I think renting an apartment is a big commitment. You have to pay deposit, you have to pay the bills for electricity and all that. But tell that maybe it's not just trying for a couple of weeks and see how it's like to live abroad. Because Singaporean, we don't have so much holiday. I think they only have 14 days a year. Yes, so it's not so much. So they cannot go for too long unless they are like a digital nomad. My advice is try, stay here, and then compare. Of course, the prices is cheaper. Yes, but sometimes we cannot justify it because it is cheaper. You have to feel the vibe also.
Yes.
But I feel like the vibe is almost similar. One is Singaporean people, especially the young generation, they are a little bit snobbish.
Really?
Yes, because they are highly educated.
Okay.
And some of them, they will think that, okay, a lot of Karen there, Harry. They are not the rude Karen, they are the nice Karen.
You have convinced me because I actually thought I wanted to go to Singapore. Just saying, it's good here, then it's good here.
You will find there's a lot of difference. The cost of living is like tremendously in Singapore. Of course, food-wise, I think you have also a lot of choice. But I think here also, Danang is becoming more and more international.
So there's a couple more questions I want to ask you about. So I know I had some challenges when I came here. I'm wondering what kind of challenges did you have coming to Penang?
Singapore is known for the world's cleanest country or city. So when I came here, I find that cleanliness and the trash is a big issue for me because I'm used to the clean country. But I feel this could be resolved. The government just need to be strict about that. That's it. And I think that Vietnam is a very attractive place because it's a beautiful country. It's just the trash. And also the climate can be too hot for me. During the summer, I heard it's 35 to 40 degrees Celsius. I don't think so. I will survive. I'll die free. And also I find that the language barrier, but there's not such a big problem. You always have a Google.
Yeah.
And even those auntie, they will take out the telephone and they will ask you to translate. I think language barrier is not a big problem at all for me. Even for my partner.
How do you spend your days in Da Nang, and how does it compare to your previous lifestyle?
Okay, for me, because I come here as a retired person, so we are here to relax. I came here 2 years ago. I did all the touristy thing, so I'm not gonna do that again. Totally not necessary.
Too crowded.
I think it's not that expensive, but it's like too crowded. For me, my day start off with taking really slowly in the hotel room, have breakfast there, and then we'll just rest a while, go to the beach almost the whole day, and then we'll just sunbathing. That's why I'm getting tan. You have to be careful here. The sun is quite powerful.
Yes.
Even though it's like windy and cooling, don't trust that because you can get burned really badly. And then in the afternoon, we'll come back, have a shower, we will go out again and find food. And food in Da Nang is like every corner. There's no way you will go hungry here. It's just that maybe the meat is not so popular, but seafood is quite affordable. So that's why if you like seafood, this could be a good place.
It was so great chatting with Estee and hearing her perspective on life abroad. If you enjoy this, make sure to check her out. I'll link her YouTube in the description below. And don't forget to join the free community I have, the Abundant Aesthetic Collective. It's my free community where we dive deeper into relocation, expat living, income creation, and country guides to help you design your abundant life. All the info is below. And of course, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss more conversations like this.